Hello, in this video we will understand about the autoimmune disorders. So what is the autoimmune disorders? Let's begin to understand the whole mechanism and how it can possible. Autoimmune disorder occurs due to autoantibodies generation against our own tissue and receptors also like acetylcholine receptor due to the myasthenia gravis progression to opsonize and kill the self-antigen by wrong selection of B and T lymphocytes. B and T lymphocyte is the part of adaptive immune cell, the WBC. Let's begin to understand the thymus gland because the T cell maturation in the thymus gland while the B cell will be matured into the lymphatic system and bone marrow. That is why it is called as bone cell, maturing cell. This is the thymatic antigen presenting cell will recognize through MSC class one molecule which that is self peptide will pick from the tissue, our own tissue. Through T cell receptor, the CD4 positive will be activated and recruit via cytokines from the thymic antigen presenting cell. In this way, if the negative selection and the death by neglect will occur while the positive selection will lead to progress for normally. So in this way, the T regulatory cell will produce as well as T effector cell, the cytotoxic T cell, the CD8. The T effector cell and T regulatory cell proliferation and the T regulatory cell will suppress this T effector cell as well as CD4 and antigen presenting cell for the regulation of the immune response, and in this way the self antigen will be not collapse and no autoimmune disorder will occur. So the CD4 positive T cell also inhibit via a T regulatory cell, antigen presenting cell as well as the T effector cell. So the T effector cell will progress if due to the recognition of autoantigen will lead to autoimmune disease, allergy, transplantation rejection, pregnancy and tumor and infection, which that is the response of these all things due to the T effector cell. Anyhow, the T regulatory cell for myasthenia gravis, the autoantigen generating T effector cytotoxic T cell, as well as a CD4 positive T cell, will not control via a T regulatory cell. In this way, the uncontrollability will lead to progress the CD4 positive T cell, the T helper cell, will stimulate the B cell to produce many antibodies against our own antigen, and in this way the plasma cell and B memory cell will produce. This is the DNA of the T regulatory cell, which that is important cause for the autoimmune disorder like obesity. The female is 78% chances, exposure to toxin, infections, medication, smoking, allergic autoimmune disorder already, and the UV B radiation. This will all lead to DNA damage of the T regulatory cell as well as other factors which that will lead to not control the T effector cell and the CD4 T cell as well as antigen presenting cell through T regulatory cell. Basically the T regulatory cell will inhibit the progression of the B memory cell against our own antigen. So, for example, the thymus gland, the CD4 will move into the lymphatic system. After the maturation of the B cell from the bone marrow, will reside on the lymph node. The cytokines will produce from the CD4 to recruit the B cell and recognize through antigen representing cell as a peptide, the self peptide will lead to proliferate the B memory cell and plasma cell to produce many antibodies. These antibodies is specific our own tissue to bind with our own tissue will lead to opsonize and kill through macrophage, the innate immune cells. The autoantibodies for for specific organs. Let's begin to understand the top autoimmune disorder. A lot of autoimmune disorder, but in this video we will understand about the 6 autoimmune disorder types. So the multiple sclerosis, it is the destroy the fatty coat which protect the nerve fibers in the brain. So due to the against this antigen, the antibodies will produce autoantigen, lead to opsonized and the complement system activation, while the type 1 diabetes is also the beta cell target to against the beta cell production of antibodies. The B cell will be damaged by autoantibodies to stop insulin production, will lead to cause type 1 diabetes mellitus. While the celiac disease is the celiac disease, gluten allergy, and the peanut allergy, as well as other celiac disease, will also progress due to autoimmune disorder. Addison's disease is a failure of kidney to normal function by autoantibodies. Inflammatory bowel disease, also the part of autoantibodies generation, will lead to Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis will occur by these autoimmune disorder, while the lupus and the psoriasis will lead to rashes on skin and other complication can be arise due to the lupus erythematosus as well as the psoriasis, which that will lead to rashes on the skin and burning of the skin, as well as other sensitivity of the skin will increase. Anyhow, let's begin to understand the treatment. The treatment of this, the plasma exchange due to the plasma contain immunoglobulin will should be exchanged. So it is very tough task and to maintain it. And the steroidal drug like delta cortical and thymus gland remove, as well as diet changes. Anyhow, let's begin to understand the summarization. The summarization mean here is we will understand the T lymphocyte here, and this is the thymus gland, and the B cell will be produced, the mature. This B cell will be produce antibodies, autoantibodies react, and this autoantibody will target to the several tissue, specific tissue on the basis of the specific antibodies production. And the T regulatory cell is very important for regulate the B cell as well as the T cytotoxic cell, the CD8 T cell. So in this way, the thymus gland will produce a T lymphocyte, will become a cytotoxic T cell and CD4. So the cytotoxic T cell will basically organized, and in this way educate to the from the T regulatory cell from the CD4 and CD8 to against self antigen, react against self antigen will not possible. Otherwise, if the T regulatory cell will not work, it means the autoimmune disorder will be progress. Anyhow, this is the overview, but the major causes of the autoimmune disorder still unknown. How autoimmune disorder can occur? Let's begin to understand about this question to answer. Body natural defense system can't tell the difference between your own cells and foreign cells, causing the body to mistakenly attack normal cells rather than infected cells, lead to whole body physiology disturb. In this way, the tissue will be damaged via opsonization, and the macrophage will be clear this pathogenicity one by one again and again. So in this way, like myasthenia gravis is also the part of autoimmune disorder. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like and share. In this video, we have discussed about the autoimmune disorder and how it can cause and a lot more things. So the next video we will understand about the another way of the separately understand the autoimmune disorders type, the disease. See in the next video. Thanks for watching for this time. Bye.